Welcome back, everybody. Harry here, known as Trade Sharp. Welcome back to my daily updates. And today we're going to look at some potential alts. And if you haven't guessed it from the thumbnail, then we're looking at Atom, which is supposed to have some news coming out. And we're looking at the classic BNB, saying if this hype train is gone, or is the technicals telling me that maybe we can look for a move soon? We'll get to that. But of course, we have to start with Bitcoin because that is the star of the show, as always. And yeah, let's have a look at it. Now, yesterday we did close above this range, which told me, all right, we could at least pop up to this next area here, or at least fill in this range up here. And we did fill the range here on the left, but I did expect us to go further, but we had a fake out. That's what I was telling you, that we're in a massive range, and I don't get bullish until we close above here. I said, we could be ranging in between this whole area, and that's why it's risky. And we did get the 4 hour closure. I'm just interested to see if we had volume on this move, because that's another, as you can see, not great volume. So that's another reason to why it didn't probably continue after that. But we had a nice little fake out and closing back within the range. Now we're coming down to fill the bottom side of that range. And this is what I said, like essentially we're in a range and I don't think Bitcoin is going to do that V shape. And I was showing you very similar to the last dump we had. We had, this and then the V shape, and then we took one more time down and we're having the same. We came down, now we're having that V shape, and we could see us go sideways a little bit and then continue down. And I do think that if we do continue down, then if we do close below this 48,000 back in the range, we'll probably come down and fill this whole range here back to 44,000 and maybe get into 41,000, which would, on the monthly, it would finally fill that, finally make a wick on the monthly, which we can see in the past that every time the monthly has closed, we have had a wick. And on top of that, if you do look at the Bollinger Bands, it will test the topside Bollinger Band. So a major opportunity, and this is creeping up 41,000. And if you look at 41,000, it is lining up very, very, very nicely on the lower time frames with some important pivots. Now, if we go and look at that, and look at the lower time frames, you can see the 41,000 where I have my thing is lining up with this area here, and I look at that as a major opportunity, not financial advice. Now, that's basically what I have to say with Bitcoin. In the immediate short term, I do look with Stokes. Might cross up here, to be honest. Are they catching anything? We can have a look like this. No, yeah, Stokes look like they want to cross up, have maybe some short time upside, maybe just pull back a little bit here after this dump, but 2 hour down, 4 hour will be down. So yeah, I'm still looking for some downside movement, especially if we break this wick. I do think we probably come down here to 47,000. Now, looking at Ethereum on the other hand, go quickly over Ethereum before we get onto the alts. Same sort of story as Bitcoin, looks like a similar chart, filling that same range. As long as Ethereum's holding above this box, I have no issues. It's going to range like Bitcoin. Now let's get into Atom and BNB. So looking at Atom, a lot of trading groups have been talking about this for a potential, move, and I'm going to give my opinion. Apparently, there's some news coming on there, and I'll tell you what I think. So, and I haven't looked at both of these, I'm coming in fresh with you so you can see how I analyze a chart. So, we'll start from the daily. Even the weekly might be a good idea, and we can see in the weekly we are, 3 days left, but we are created a support here. Looks good on a weekly. On the daily, we can see, oh, that's my signal for gold, my trade coming through, but I'm going to prioritize you guys. We've closed above this pivot here, having a pullback. Uh, so looks good already. Looks like we have confirmed the bottom. This was the bottom, and now expanding out of that, looking at the 4 hour, we do have a confirmed bottom down here, and now we're closing above this. Looking at this, it looks like we might want to continue up. Looking at volume as well, do we have increasing volume? Uh, in this move, yes, we do have a volume spike, and daily volume is decreasing, which I don't really want to see. That's why we have that pullback. I would like to see daily volume increase as well. Uh, let's take a look at the 30-minute. Let's go on the lower time frames. What do we see here? We can basically see we've established a range here, and now we're breaking out of that range, creating this bull flag. So if you want to see like a very simple trade, is if we do break out of this flag here like so, looking at the bullish sentiment, how we broken structure now, then you could say that we could probably see a nice little pump if we break out of this flag, and you can probably see a nice quick 10% gain and probably continuation implied. So that's what I'm looking at for these two coins. Now let's look at BNB quickly. BNB on the daily, we have getting rejected at that level, which is not nice to see. It looks like that immediately is telling me that BNB wants to range. Weekly, weekly is still looking okay. Daily is telling me it wants to probably, even if it breaks this level here, 235, probably come down and test 225, which is not that helpful, but just looking at ranges. The 1 hour is looking quite boring and very, very rangy. Uh, Possibly, if we do close below this pivot here at 238, I do think we take a swipe down. It's not looking the best. We're in a downwards channel. I do think that we're range bound. Any closure below this pivot here at, I mean, this could be a bouncing area. So I think, yeah, we're range bound. That's pretty much what I have to say today. Remember, guys, take care, trade sharp, and let me get this gold. Let me go check my gold. All right, guys, take care.